Chance for 960th and a review this time of the Star Wars The Clone Wars Cad Bane's Xanadu blood. Sorry, I'm definitely saying that wrong, but I really don't know how to say it. But overall, very cool. So quick, let's just take a look at the packaging. Nice packaging, a nice cutout of the actual ship, and there is a background piece of cardboard that you can put on it, which is cool. Another look at the ship, and then on the back here, you have a nice look at the toy, a look at the ship from the show, and some other and some play features. So that's kind of neat. So this is a pretty cool ship. I don't know about you, but I am a big fan of Cad Bane. I think that he's just an awesome character and is just super cool. So let's just go right into the ship. So let's go over some of the look of it. Very cool. I do like this kind of green. I think that it looks pretty neat and overall is a nice Cad Bane kind of green, which is cool. I love all the little kind of paints and everything. They've done very poorly, which is great. It really gives a neat look to it. Just some different yellow and red highlights, which is cool. It's got some nice turbines on it. I really do like these sticking out. The only problem is on this side they look nice, and on this side this one's just down too far. They're soft rubbery plastic, so yeah, unfortunately it looks a little off on this side because it points down so far, unfortunately, which is a shame. As far as features, they do have landing gear, as you can see here. This just plugs in, and that just plugs in. But this one is actually on a hinge here, and it folds in, so yeah. But overall, I do like that, so you can have it slightly lifted off from the ground, which is nice. Would have liked it a little bit more obvious, but still, it's pretty cool. It's got some nice razor details on the edge here. I thought that it was like pop-out razors when I first saw it, but they're not, unfortunately. That would be kind of cool. But these turbines do, they do rotate, and this is a gimmick. I mean, it's on there that you can pose these thrusters. So that's supposed to be a gimmick. Really, just not great. I don't know who's gonna leave them forward because these turbines need to be pointed back if you want the ship to go. So yeah, but overall, that's just a really poor cop-out gimmick, just trying to sell you something. And then of course it wouldn't be a vehicle without some missiles. He does have two large missiles at the end here, and you just press this button and it shoots. They shoot out pretty good, and they look really nice. As you can see, I like the end of them. They're very missile-ish, which is pretty neat. So the cockpit can open. What's nice is it's one of the hardest ones to open. It stays in there very tight, which is cool. Inside, I think it's got a lot of detail, which I really like. You can see a nice seat there. You've got some silver wires hanging from the back. The control panel looks very cool, and I just like the way that the whole front piece looks. So let's get Cad Bane in there. So here's Cad Bane in the cockpit. The only problem is, unfortunately, he really doesn't fit. I don't know why. They just didn't give him a lot of clearance. So this is as far as it can shut, unfortunately, which is a shame. Don't know why they did it, but they did. And his legs are bowed out a little bit, so it is kind of a tight squeeze for his legs to get in there. Luckily, his kind of cape is soft material, so you can bend that to get in. And the holsters sit him up a little bit. If you really wanted to customize this guy, you could take off the holsters for his weapons, and he'd be able to sit down more, and he'd be able to actually really sit into the vehicle. But you do have to actually cut off some things, unfortunately. But overall, he looks pretty cool. The first edition Cad Bane has soft rubber plastic cape, and this is the Cad Bane that I really wanted to put in there because I really don't like this one very much, and it does not fit whatsoever, unfortunately. You cannot get this guy in because he has the soft rubber plastic back cape here, so, and because this big pouch really hinders it. So unfortunately you can't get the old one to sit in there. The new one can sit in there, but it doesn't really close unless you do some customizing. Overall, he looks awesome in it though. If you want to display him with the cockpit open, he looks awesome sitting in the ship here. It looks fantastic. You can even put on his hat if you wanted to, and he'd look even better. As you can see, he looks just so cool. So yeah, so I really do like him in it, and I think this is a pretty neat ship. It does have one more feature, and that is on the side here. It can open up so that you can store weapons. It's just a little opening place. What I like though is that there's a lot of detail in here. There really is just a lot of neat stuff, and I don't know why they didn't. None of it's painted, but it's just a lot of nice details. So it's a little interesting that they did that. But overall, this is a pretty cool ship. If you're a big fan of Cad Bane, this is a must-have. If not, I might recommend a ship or two above this guy. But overall, the ship is pretty nice by itself, and overall, I really do like it. And just so you know, if you look on the back represents the vehicle being a really dark purple. It's not that purple. I mean, it's very purple, but it's more of a bluish than a purple. And on the back, it's very purple. So just so you know if you're looking at that. But overall, a neat ship. As far as gimmicks, landing gear is normal. The rotating thrusters on the back really suck. That's not a gimmick to me. And the shooting missiles, there's nothing new there. So really, the only new gimmick is the storage place, and there's nothing really fantastic about the storage place. So gimmick-wise, not the best. I wouldn't recommend this so much for kids than I would for collectors. And what I do is I have the ship here, and I have Cad Bane standing next to it. I think he looks cool like that. And overall, a nice ship. Would recommend a couple others in front of it, but overall, it's a very nice ship and highly recommended.